Today marks the one-year anniversary of the landfall of Hurricane Katrina on New Orleans and the Gulf Coast. And so it provides us an opportunity to pause and reflect on what happened then and what we should do in the future. I started going down to New Orleans in the late 1980s to attend the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, which is widely regarded as one of the best, if not the best, music festival in the world. About 10 years ago, my brother took a job with Entergy Corporation, which provides electricity and natural gas to the region. So I've been going down there at least annually for all this time, and I've come to love the people, the food, the music, the whole bit. I have a fondness for New Orleans. And so that brings up, okay, should we rebuild or not? And some people say, well, it shouldn't be there in the first place because it's a bad location. Let's think about that. New Orleans, Florida, the whole East Coast, Boston, New York, are all vulnerable to hurricanes. So there's that. California is vulnerable to earthquakes. Indiana is vulnerable to tornadoes and earthquakes thanks to our proximity to the New Madrid Fault. So if natural disaster vulnerability is going to be a criterion, you can pretty well look at the whole country and say a natural disaster can hit anywhere. Now there's been a thought that's been expressed that New Orleans is a drain on the economy. And I've written down some facts to counter that argument, and I can't remember them, so forgive me for looking down at my paper here. Its fishing industry contributes $3 billion a year to the U.S. economy. It produces half of the nation's shrimp harvest and almost half of the oyster production. More than half of the nation's export facilities for grain production are located there. And finally, Louisiana produces, processes, or distributes 1/3 of the nation's entire gas supply and 1/4 of all crude oil. There are 50,000 oil and gas production facilities in Louisiana and the surrounding Gulf region. So don't tell me that New Orleans is not worth rebuilding. Make levees, not war.